Welcome in. Hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. Jeff, it is now 2018. I'm sure you're working on some New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, now that you mentioned it, keeping up on girls hoops, and I've been on this diet workout kick. If you haven't noticed, I'm kind of shrinking in front of your very eyes. So yeah, I want to keep working on that. So far, so good. Yeah, LL Sports Update 2018, episode 1 of the new year.
Right, after a 1 week hiatus, after the holiday, we're back. We have a full show planned for you guys. We got boys basketball, LL League boys basketball stuff coming up. Mike Rice is going to drop by to recap Penn State coming off their bowl game victory. We're going to hit on girls basketball. But we're going to start switching things up a little bit differently with ice hockey. L&P hockey reporter Tim Gross was out at Lancaster Ice Rink to catch up with Manheim Twp hockey players Andrew Thompson, the forward, and David Regan, the goalkeeper. We'll throw it to Tim.
All right, David, you wrapped up the pre-holiday portion of the schedule with a shutout. How'd that kind of come together for you?
Just kind of came in from the last game, trying to focus on just playing my positions better and just trying to cover my angles better. But just kind of wanted that dub and just trying to, get what we can get out of the games. So trying to make it playoffs.
You had a really good first half of the season. Now going into the break, coming out of it, what's going to be some of the keys for you to go toward the end of the year and have some momentum going into the playoffs?
So trying to come back off my injury, I'm trying to just kind of get back into the groove of things, just playing everything better, just trying to get back into it. So.
What about this team specifically has really brought together your guys' chemistry so far? You seem to be playing really well together.
Yeah. I think it's been our coaches, they just kind of get us to gel and do puck movement during practice and stuff.
You came into this season, you made the playoffs last year, and you're looking to get back to the top again this year. What's it going to take?
I think it's going to take the same thing we did last year, just hard work every game and just balls to the wall.
All right, Tim, thanks for that. Make sure you stay up to speed with everything with Tim Gross's reporting on ice hockey throughout the season. I'm sure he's going to be back a couple more times.
Absolutely.
All right, Jeff, Lancaster-Lebanon League girls basketball. What's happening there?
Wow, a lot as usual. Great holiday season. Got to see a couple of tournaments. 8 LL teams won holiday tournaments. Tip of the cap to those teams. Let's start with milestones. 1,000-point kids, and I've been tracking this forever. 3 kids will hit 1,000 points this week. 1 already hit it. Tuesday night, I was at Lebanon Catholic. Nisha Pierre, 4-year starter for the Beavers. Slick, really nice player. Switched to point guard last year, kind of out of necessity. Back to scoring a little more this season while still running the points. So Lebanon Catholic's Nisha Pierre, 16th player, girls player in Lebanon Catholic history to get to 1,000 points. Congrats to Nisha Pierre. She's up to 1,009. 2 more kids should hit it this week. First up, Megan Baldessari, Manheim Township senior, goes into Friday night's game against Manheim Township, against Penn Manor. Big game alert. She only needs 16 points for 1,000 for Baldessari. Lauren Mills from Lancaster Catholic, senior, Shippensburg recruit, needs 19 points. And Catholic actually had a game postponed on Saturday because of the snow, or else she probably could have had it by now. Next shot for Mills will be Friday night against Northern Lebanon. So Baldessari 16, Mills 19. Keep an eye on that for milestone moments this week. Friday, big games, back at it, full slate Friday night. There were a couple league games on Tuesday, but everybody's back at it Friday. We resume the section races. Should be a great stretch ride here. Great month of hoops coming up. 2 games I have circled Friday night. First up, Section 3, the big one for my money, the best rivalry going in the LL right now. Lancaster Catholic at Northern Lebanon. Vikings pried the section title away last year from Catholic. These two have played some classic games here the last 2 or 3 years. They've met in districts, they've met in LLs. Fabulous. Catholic undefeated, playing awesome. Kiki Jefferson, 18-19 a game, off to a fabulous start. Lauren Mills will be going for 1,000, so a big night for them. Northern Lebanon, great start, 8-1 for the Vikings.
Wow.
Lone loss was to Palmyra back in the season tip-off tournament, and Palmyra's a good team with only a couple of losses. So love that game. I'll check you in Fredericksburg on Friday night. Huge game. Catholic at Northern Lebanon. Also, Friday night, circle this one as mentioned, Manheim Township at Penn Manor. Township 9-0. Township and Catholic are the only undefeated teams coming out of the break. They're playing great. Baldessari will go for 1,000. Olivia Motto has been superb, filling it up. She has been great. And Township won Effortless Holiday Tournament. They're playing great. Penn Manor 3-1 in the section. so the Comets will go for a tie here. They're coming off a win in the Solanco tournament. A couple of great comeback wins, beat Pequea Valley in overtime and then beat Solanco in the final, came from like a dozen back in the second half to win.
Wow.
Alyssa Shriver, coming off the knee injury, has been playing great. 25 points in the final against Solanco the other night. So really like that game. We'll start to see some shifting here in Section 1, Township at Penn Manor. I'll check you Friday at Fredericksburg for Catholic Northern Lebanon and Township at Penn Manor. Circle those games. Okay, let's take a quick basketball breather. Mike Gross is here. Penn State season finally over. Great finish for the Knits. Go up to the Fiesta Bowl in Arizona and win 35-28 to finish a great season. Didn't make the playoff, but a great season for Penn State. Bye-bye, Saquon Barkley. He'll be missed, no doubt about it. So Mike Gross is here to kind of wrap up Penn State's season and set you up for Penn State's off season. Let's send it to Mike.
Penn State wrapped up the 2017 season with a 35-28 defeat of Washington in the Fiesta Bowl. They finish 11-2. When the final national rankings come out next week, they're probably going to be 6th or 7th in the country. It's double-figure wins and a top 10 national ranking for the second straight year. And it feels like the program has come an enormous distance in a relatively short period of time, really over 2016 and 2017. So we wrap it up and we look forward. What happens next? Well, obviously Penn State loses Saquon Barkley, the brilliant running back who's one of the best players in Penn State history, who's moving on to the NFL. Marcus Allen, All-American caliber safety, also moving on to the NFL. Jason Kabinda, the middle linebacker, moving on. So they have some holes to fill. There's no question about that. But quarterback Trace McSorley, who I think, if anything, is underrated, had another terrific year, is back. We're looking at a top 5 recruiting class, including some players who are going to have the potential to be difference makers next year on the field. Certainly Micah Parsons, defensive player from multi-position guy from Harrisburg, is going to be one of those guys. Justin Shorter, a wide receiver from New Jersey, is going to be another one of those guys, and possibly Ricky Slade, a running back from the Washington, D.C. area. Some of those guys and some linemen in this class, I think, are going to have some impact going forward. So some of the things to watch in the next couple of weeks and months, they still have some players from this 2018 recruiting class who haven't decided yet. They're going to get at least one of those, I think, on Thursday at the Under Armour All-America game. He's going to announce his decision. And some of the and also there's another signing day in February, the traditional signing day in addition to the new early one that they had in December this year. And there'll be a lot to watch this offseason. Penn State going into next season, certainly they're not going to be quite as highly regarded next year with the losses that they have, but they're still going to be, I would think, a top 15, certainly top 20 program. I think the thing about the 2017 season that people are going to remember the most is what got away and how close they came. They lost by 1 point on the road to Ohio State. They lost by a field goal, in the last second field goal in a goofy game with a 3.5-hour weather delay at Michigan State. That's how close they came to maybe playing for the national championship. Big picture, huge strides for Penn State. Macro or sort of micro look at 2017, you're going to think about what might have been. So that's it for Penn State for a while. I'm Mike Gross for lancaster-online.com.
Okay, Mike, thanks for that. Great job, Mike Gross, covering Penn State this season. Amazing. Well done, Mike. Enjoy the offseason. I'm sure there'll be a ton of Penn State news in the offseason. Keep following Mike for all that. Fantastic job. Okay, let's jump back into hoops. LL Boys Hoops starting back up this week. What do you got?
Yeah, league night number 5 on the calendar this Friday. You said you're going to be in Fredericksburg. I'll also be in Lebanon County on Friday covering Hempfield at Cedar Crest. I'm going to give you guys 3 games, 1 in each section, sections 1, 2, and 3. Section 1, Hempfield, 9-0, the only undefeated team remaining on the LL League boys side of things. 4-0 in Section 1. A couple weeks back, they had that big win, 30-point-some win over Manheim Township. Township turned around and beat Cedar Crest by a couple points. Now Hempfield travels to Cedar Crest. I'm thinking Hempfield, Crest Township, top 3 teams in Section 1 there. Hempfield's 4-0 in section. So if they go to Lebanon County and they beat it upon Cedar Crest, they take the front seat in Section 1 race there. Keep in mind, Hempfield's Ryan Moffitt, He's averaging 19.3 a game. There's a chance he might not play. He left last week's game early due to injury. I chatted with him. He hopes to be back this Friday. And I say that because he's 16 points shy of 1,000 for his career. So, big game on the line, big milestone on the line for Ryan Moffitt and the Black Knights. All right, Section 2. If you would have asked me this game in the beginning of the year, Manheim Central at Lancaster-Strasburg, I probably wouldn't have been too jazzed up about it. Reason being because Manheim Central graduated 8 seniors from last year's team, including the all-time leading scorer Taylor Funk, who's now seeing major minutes at St. Joe's. Well, Manheim Central, they haven't skipped a beat. They are now 4-2 overall, 3-0 in LL Section 2 with the new coach Charlie Fisher there. He has those guys playing awesome. Connor Hostetter, 19.7 a game. He is doing an awesome job. And Jake Novak, who we talked about on the football field, he doesn't light up the scoreboard, but he does just about everything else for that bunch. Okay, now the Barons are traveling to LL Section 2 defending champion Lancaster-Strasburg, who has the 6'10" senior forward Ryan Smith. That guy's averaging 21.5 a game. He's committed to East Stroudsburg, so that's a big game there. And the young upstart Barons, man, they can make some news here and make some headlines if they're able to pull off the upset there. All right, over in Section 3, Northern Lebanon at Lancaster Catholic. I know you said on the girls' side, Lancaster Catholic's going to Northern Lebanon. Boys' side, Northern Lebanon, when we came into the year, they had one of the most experienced rosters in all of Section 3. There were questions with them, the reason being Michigan Daub was their do-it-all guy like Jake Novak is for Central. Michigan Daub was for Northern Lebanon. Well, there's a chance he's probably not going to play all year. He hasn't yet, just dealing with some injuries lingering from the football season there. So they still have like 7 or 8 seniors on that bunch, and they're playing awesome. They're 7-2 overall, 4-0 Section 3. Well, they go to Lancaster Catholic, a team that graduated all 5 starters from last year's District 3 4A championship squad, and Catholic hasn't missed a beat. They have a couple awesome players, most notably Johnny Bessaker, RJ Van Tosh. They're all getting it done there. They have a 6'10" sophomore forward. David Kimwango is able to get it done in the paint. They're 8-1 overall, 4-0 in the section. So the winner here, it's a 3-way tie right now for 4-0. Lancaster Mennonite, Lancaster Catholic, Northern Lebanon, all in Section 3. So the winner here at least sets himself up in good position to at least challenge Lancaster Mennonite, who is the defending Section 3 champ. They have big games coming up in the coming weeks. All right, I'm going to send it off here. Speaking of Lancaster Catholic, last week, the opening game of the Warwick Holiday Tournament, they went down to the wire with Garden Spot. RJ Van Tosh takes an inbounds pass from half court, and I'll show you what happens here. Here's the game winner, and we'll send it off there. Jeff Reinhardt, I'm John Walk. Thanks for watching. Here's RJ Van Tosh with the game winner.